In this tutorial, we're going to look at selection statements or condition statements. So I'm going to go to the Marin Maker page and look at the starter code if-then. Then I'm going to fork a copy of it so that it is in my account. At the beginning, I have a topic overview that tells me some information about if-then statements. They're used to perform different tasks given different situations. For example, if the sun is out, then you'd wear a hat. This example above, the sun and hat example, is a Boolean condition. It's looking at this first line, and if the first line is true, then the second line is executed. So you'd only wear your hat if the sun is out. If the sun was not out, then you wouldn't wear your hat. And so the same would be true as if the program reads that first line and it's false, then it would skip wearing a hat and go on to the next line. When we test a Boolean condition, we use the following operators. So this is just in text, we're speaking the code out. But when we write it, we need to use operators. So a double equals is used to represent that something is equal to. Remember, a single equal sign assigns a value. So Python uses a double equal to represent that it's a comparison. Exclamation equal is not equal. The exclamation mark in most programming languages stands for not. And then the greater than symbol, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. So now we're going to move on to the investigation part. And given this code, we want to add comments to explain what this input line is doing and when we will see correct printed to the screen. So the variable guess is an integer number of an input, because inputs are strings. And the input's going to print to the screen. I'm thinking of a number between 0 and 5. Can you guess it? So print question asking user to guess number between 0 and 5. And it's saving user input as integer to variable guess. And then I have a line that says if guess double equals, so that means it's comparing. If the value of guess is equal to 3, then it will print correct. So compares value of guess to number 3. If guess equals 3, correct will be printed to the screen. If not, nothing happens. Okay, so let's run that, and I'm going to turn off this down here, this print, just so that we're only seeing this part. So let's go ahead and hit run. Oh, it doesn't like line 37, which is down here. Maybe I will turn off the F. Okay, so let's go ahead and give that a run. I'm thinking of a number between 0 and 5. Can you guess it? Let's guess wrong to start, so I'll put 2 in. Nothing happened, the program ended. Let me run it again, and this time I will put in 3, and I get correct. Now let's go down to the modify, and we will uncomment those lines. Looking at this program, we would like to edit it so that it works properly for the correct legal voting age, which in in our country is 18. So we'll add comments that explain what this Boolean operator means and what it does, and then we'll change the value of the age as well. So let's start by modifying the program. If age is greater than 18, you can vote. You can also be 18. So let's see if this works. This is, you can vote if you are 18 or older. So if you're 21, this should print, you can vote. Let's try that. And I'm going to turn off that as well, just so that we can give this a try. So it says I can vote because 21 is greater than 18. But if I put 18 as my age, will this still work? No. So if it's greater than, and equal to, that's really if you're 18 or older. So I need to add the greater than equal to, you can vote. And that worked. So the Boolean variable here is comparing compare the age variable to 18. If greater than or equal to 18, print you can vote, else do nothing. Okay, so we've added that. Now we're moving to the create, and we want to create a program that asks the user their favorite food. So let's create a variable that will hold our input. What is your favorite food? And then if they enter cake output, so let's print because we know we're going to output something. That is the best food. Although I guess I'm using here I want a double or a single quote. There we go. Before that, I want to do a comparison. So we're going to need to compare the food, the input, and compare it to the word cake. So I'm going to double equals because that will compare. And it's a string, so cake. Actually, it's capital here, so let's do capital cake. And then colon. And this print needs to be tabbed in. See how it did it automatically for me, but if it hadn't, I hit tab and it moves it in. That's important in Python, the alignment. So let's comment the code before we forget. This is asking user to input favorite food, saves to variable food. And then this is comparing variable food, which is user input, to the string cake. If matches, print that's the best food, else do nothing. Okay, let's run this code after we comment out this one so that we're not doing two. And let's see what we get. Okay, what's your favorite food? Let's try cake. Type it in. Well, I did nothing, but I asked it to check if it was equal to cake. The only difference I see is I have a capital C and a lowercase c is what I typed in. So it looks like case does matter when we're comparing strings. So let's give that another try. I will type in capital cake, and it says that's the best food. So case really does matter. Later on, we will learn how we can fix this issue when it comes up, but for now, case matters.